Happy Mother's Day. Hi, this is Tamara here from the EFT Training Centre, and today we're going to be doing some tapping on the challenges of celebrating Mother's Day during this coronavirus epidemic, or should I say pandemic now. Now I just want to share this really cute card that my daughter made for me. She painted a picture of me and her staring at the empty toilet roll shelves, touching elbows, because that's the mode of hugging. So that I found quite amusing. But for some people, Mother's Day, generally speaking, isn't a happy time, because either because they've lost their mothers, or maybe they don't get on well with their mothers, or they don't know their mothers, or maybe for mothers who have lost children. So it can be a very tragic time. So I just want to acknowledge that, but also particularly this year, if you are used to celebrating Mother's Day with your mother and you can't this year, it can be particularly challenging given all the other challenges that we are having to contend with around the coronavirus. And I know that one colleague of mine, she's separate from her mother. Her mother's in another country and she's on her own, and her daughter's here, and they can't fly to each other because of the lockdown, and her mother's very anxious, and that must be really terrifying to feel so helpless being in another country and not being able to support your own mother. And I know that there are many university students who are stranded. They can't get home because the universities have closed, and they can't be with their parents, and they're just stranded in this country, I'm sure in other countries as well. So there's a lot of stress around this for some people. So that's what we're going to be tapping on. Now, if you haven't done tapping before, it's EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques. It's like acupuncture for emotions without the use of needles. And if you want to take part with me, just do what I do and say what I say. And if you don't like what I do or say, then simply don't do it. But it does involve touching the face, so please either pause the video to wash your hands or put your hand sand on. So, even though I can't be with my mother on Mother's Day, and that makes me feel, and just fill in the gap, sad, anxious, worried about her. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I can't be with my mother this year, and I'm so worried and anxious and feel helpless that I can't help her right now, knowing that she's all on her own, if that's true. And if that's not true, just change the words to match what is true for you in this situation. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. And tapping through the points from the top of the head, feeling anxious and worried and sad. I can't be with my mum this year, and I'm worried about her not having enough food, not having the things she needs, and I feel helpless because I can't be with her. And all of this is on top of all the other worries and anxieties of this coronavirus pandemic. All of this anxiety. This whole situation is overwhelming. It's hard to comprehend. It feels so surreal. And I'm struggling to get my head around it. So I can only imagine how it is for the older generations. Maybe those who have been through the Second World War, becoming re-traumatized. And I feel helpless and powerless to do anything. Not knowing if there'll be enough food for me, enough food for my mum. And how's my mum coping with all of that? All of this anxiety and all of this fear, all of this worry. Acknowledging all of that right now. It's okay to feel it, because by feeling it, I can start releasing it and letting it go. So I'm open to the possibility of noticing my feet on the ground right now, rooting firmly into the earth, and my body in the chair right now, being supported by gravity, and noticing my breath just how it is and just how it isn't, without any judgment. And now just take a fuller, deeper breath in. Sending to all mothers everywhere strength and courage, resilience, super immunity. Sending that to my mother, sending that to your mother, and sending that to all mothers everywhere. Even more strength, strong immune systems, vibrant health, sending them love, sending them robustness, sending them courage, sending them joy, and sending them love to all mothers everywhere, in my community, in my country, throughout the world. And just say transform, and take a deep breath, transform. So I know this video is specific for Mother's Day, but I'm making videos every single day for all different aspects of us getting through the coronavirus. So if there's a particular challenge that you're experiencing with the coronavirus right now, please do share it in the comments, and I will endeavour to include that in my next tapping video every day that I'm doing one. If you haven't seen my video on what to do if you get the coronavirus, I share something that one coronavirus patient did use, a particular type of EFT technique in which he was able to increase his oxygen levels, which then started his recovery. So if you want to know about that, check out my other videos, and I'm here to help you. I'm going to carry on offering these videos until I run out of steam. So keep strong, we can do it, you're doing great, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.